Hi everyone, this is Laura from Body Glow by Laura, and today I'm going to be demonstrating for you what custom airbrush spray tanning is all about. So come on into my studio here, would love to have you take a peek, and you are going to be meeting my client Catherine, who is already in the tent and ready to roll. Hi Catherine, how are you today? Good, are you excited about your spray tan? Fantastic. All right, so Catherine's all ready to go, and as you can see, Catherine has what we call sticky feet. If you could just lift your foot up for me a little bit there, so you can see the sticky feet down there. Those I use for the purposes of sanitary purposes and making sure we don't get any overspray on the bottom of her foot because we don't tan at the bottom of our feet. She also has nose filters in her nose as well, which helps protect her from inhaling overspray of the spray tan solution. She also has some Vaseline on her lips that works as a barrier to prevent the spray tan solution from landing on her lips, because brown lips just aren't so cool from the solution, nor do I want her to be ingesting that. So the Vaseline works as a barrier. I will be wearing protective eyewear. I typically wear a mask, but for the purposes of to be able to talk to all of you, I'm not going to be wearing a mask. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So the way we get started is that there's actually two guns that I use. This is the air gun that I will use to spray tan Catherine's entire body, with the exception of this airbrush here. And this I use for hands and face. There's less spray coming out, there's less pressure. This has more pressure because it needs to take up more real estate on the body, spray more territory. So the way we get started here is with something called silk. So this is a moisturizer that is used on hands, elbows, knees, and feet. As you can see, there's no color here. It just works as a moisturizer, and the moisturizer works as a barrier to prevent the solution from getting in our little cracks and crevices in those really dry areas. If there's any other dry areas on the body, I will go ahead and put some silk on those areas as well, and it will just help with the development of the tan. So, Catherine, if you could go ahead and just put your hands out for me, make a little claw for me. Thank you. So we want to give a good coating of silk on the hand. Show me your elbows, please. Elbows. And then the knee here. And what you hear right now is the compressor kicking in. So I'm going to be talking a little more loudly as that kicks in. So knees and then feet. And I do see that she's a little bit dry on her thighs here, so I'm going to put a little silk moisturizer here as well. Okay, so now we're good to go. I'm actually going to switch out this airbrush from the silk to the smaller bottle here, and this little amount here is what I'll be using for Catherine's hands and face once we get to it. Again, less pressure, not shooting out at you, and it's a little more comfortable versus using this gun here. So what we're going to do is, Catherine, I'd like you to face the back of the tent. So we always start in the back first. Typically, I would take the hair dryer and keep the client dry and warm at the same time, because the solution comes out a little bit chilly. And you may wonder, why am I doing this? Because it's rather uncomfortable, because it is so chilly. But the dryer helps dry and also keep you warm. But for the sake of you being able to hear me, I am going to just bypass the hair dryer for now, and Catherine's going to tough it out for us as we spray tan her. So here we go. We're going to start under the neck. We're going to work down from under her hairline all the way to the back. And then, Catherine, if you could just keep a little bit of space here, that would be great. All right, so here we go. So we'll do the upper back first, and then the back of the arms here. And she is getting some goosebumps, and that's pretty normal. If you want me to use the hair dryer, Catherine, let me contrast here between the upper back and her lower back here. What you see there is bronzer, and the bronzer is put into the solution on purpose. The solution is made clear, and the bronzer is kind of like a liquid makeup, and it helps me see where the solution is going. So that's helpful for me. So when a client walks out of my studio, what they see is bronzer, and the tan is developing underneath for about 8 to 12 hours. So you don't actually see the tan color, you see the bronzer. So I'm just going to bend down here and go ahead and get the back of the legs. Can you widen your stance for me a little bit? Good. Doing okay, Catherine? Yeah. Cool. So just a little bit about what it takes to maintain a tan. It should last about 7 to 10 days. Things that make a tan fade faster are things like really hot showers. Say you're on vacation and you're in a hot tub. You might be in a pool where there's lots of chlorine and it dries out your skin. So anything that would dry your skin is what might make the tan fade faster, because the skin will basically slough off as the skin is dry, and then it takes your tan with you for the most part. So that's why moisturizing will be very important twice a day. Catherine, if you could go ahead and turn to the left a time, take this hand, put it up here please. So now I will work down the sides. And the kind of moisturizer that you want to use is something really simple, like even coconut oil is fine, something natural. You might use something like hemps. You might use Jergens. You might use Palmer's, but something really simple and clean is important. Nothing fancy, no AHA, anti-aging, nothing like that. Just really clean moisturizer is what you want. You can even use coconut oil, but do not use baby oil or mineral oil because it will strip the tan. All right, Catherine, go ahead and turn to the other side for me. Do the same thing. So we want to make sure that we get even coats here. So I do 2 passes on the skin. And you might be able to tell that the skin is a little bit wet. We want to make sure that we get it wet enough and coated enough so that the tan develops. I'm going to go ahead and do the top of her arms right now, and then we'll get the other one on the way back. Sometimes clients' skin is really dry when they come in. First-time clients, I usually don't tell them that they can use moisturizer. You're not supposed to use moisturizer before you come to an appointment, but if your skin runs really, really dry, you can put a light moisturizer on up to 3 hours prior to your tanning session, or your glow session, as I'd like to say. All right, Catherine, go ahead and face me. Go ahead and have you tilt your head back for me. Keep your eyes closed for me if you could. So I'm doing under her neck here. And again, typically I would be drying her with the hair dryer as we go along. This girl's got some good muscles on her, I think you can see. And do the arms up here. And again, 2 coats on the body. Now we're going to go ahead and do her torso. You can relax. Because she's got a good amount of muscle on her here, on her abs, I can do a little contouring with the airbrush if we want to, which is always fun. Spray tans just make you feel good no matter what. Make you feel thinner, cover up all the stuff that you don't like to look at. Of course, not feeling pasty in the winter is always a good thing too. Widen your stance for me again, please. So the suburbs. They are located in St. Charles, Illinois, but they distribute their product and their equipment globally. And they're one of the few, if one of the only spray tan companies that actually send out a trainer to your location. So I had a trainer at my house for about 6 hours training me hands-on how to spray. So none of these online programs was part of the training. This was hands-on. I had models. In fact, Catherine was one of my models for my training, and I learned hands-on from a trainer, which was great. All right, Catherine, if you could take this foot here, point it to the corner, and do a lunge for me. This is the workout portion of our spray tan here. So we do get a little bit of exercise here. Plus, she's been holding her arms up for a little while. You doing okay? With those muscles, she's doing good. So we want to get the inner thigh here, not forget any areas here, so that's where that little lunge comes in handy. Do the same thing, the other way, please. Okay, go ahead and face me. We will go ahead and get the inside of your arms here. So let's get this one here. Turn your head to the side. I don't want to blast her with any spray, so we're careful about that here. Again, making sure we get good coverage all over and about 2 coats on the skin. Let's go ahead and get the other side here. Turn your head to the side. Now we're going to move on to spraying her hands and her face. And as you can see, we just need a little bit of solution for that. We don't really need that much. We do 3 passes on the face. I have the client close their eyes, obviously keep their little mouth shut, and we do 2 passes, and I do let you breathe in between. Always a good thing. Go ahead and put your hands out for me like a little claw. And we just do a really quick spray on the hands, and spray, since hands tend to tan lighter even in the sun. Put your hands up this way. So we want to make sure that the tan is looking as natural as possible. Flip this way. That's what Fantasy Tan is known for, is their natural solution. I actually have 5 different levels of color that I can use to mix based on what I see in terms of the tone of your skin. You can relax. The tone of your skin and how you would normally tan in the sun. So the goal is to be natural. Orange is a dirty word here in my studio. So no orange is happening here, only natural. Let's go ahead and get your face. So I will start at the left side under your ear, work my way around. I'll let you breathe, and we'll do 2 more passes. Let me know when you're ready. Ready? Okay, here we go. All right, left side here. Chin, right side, up on the forehead. Go ahead, breathe. Ready? All right, back on the forehead, down the nose, left side cheek, right side again. Go ahead, breathe. Ready? Okay. Last pass. And go ahead and breathe. Doing okay? Yeah. All right. So I like to make sure that clients know what I'm doing and where I'm doing it, because you have your eyes closed, your mouth is shut, you've got nose filters. Not everyone likes the nose filters, but they are helpful, again, in terms of preventing the inhalation of overspray. So I like to make sure clients know what's coming at you and when. So I got just a little bit left here in the bottle, so I'll just do the collarbone a little bit here. Do a little extra contouring here. Make her awesome abs look even more awesome. This girl makes me so jealous. So So again, what you will see when you walk out of my studio, again, is the bronzer, and we'll show you the contrast of the bronzer versus where she has her little bikini bottoms. So what's important to know is that when you rinse the next day, so 8 to 12 hours is how long you need the tan to develop. A lot of clients will go home, sleep on the tan, wear loose clothes to bed, and then in the morning they'll shower with a very lukewarm rinse water, and you'll want to rinse first before you wash your hair. Sometimes the ingredients in the shampoo can sometimes streak the bronzer, and the tan or the bronzer might not rinse completely or evenly, so we want to make sure that we don't get any shampoo chemicals or ingredients on the bronzer prior to rinsing. So let's go ahead, and one other thing I do, and I included in the cost of all of my tans, this here is a drying powder, and the drying powder clients love. The drying powder helps to avoid that stickiness that maybe some clients might have experienced with tanning in the past. So this helps with drying the tan as well as preventing the bronzer from smearing. This is also a fantasy tan product, which I love, and clients love it as well. Can I put a little on your face? Okay, there we go. So this just goes all over the body. And we'll do a little bit up here, just for you to get the picture of how it works. But this drying powder, again, will go front and back, and then she'll be all dry and ready to go. Again, she knows that she needs to wear loose clothes so that the bronzer doesn't smear, which is certainly important, again, during that 8 to 12 hour development time. So that's pretty much it in terms of the process of spray tanning. One of the biggest questions that clients ask that they're most curious about is, what do I wear? And so my comment always is, I spray all kinds of naked, is what usually I say. What that means is that you are welcome to wear whatever it is you'd like to wear. So Catherine here wore some bikini bottoms with the strapless bra that I offer. I offer that at no charge. I offer string thongs also for you ladies if you prefer to wear a thong. Some decide they don't want anything. Men, I do ask that you wear some type of brief. I appreciate that. For bodybuilders, I ask for some coverage there as well. But really, it's what works for you and what you're most comfortable with. So no, you don't have to go naked. Wear what you feel you're most comfortable in. So again, that's how the process works. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this bright light off because you'll be able to see more of a contrast when she shows us her tan there. So again, this is the bronzer. This is what we didn't spray, and so that will be developing 8 to 12 hours after she leaves today. So thanks so much for watching our demonstration here. For more information, you can go to bodyglowbylaura.com. Feel free to call, text, or email me for an appointment. Thanks so much, and hope to see you soon. Bye.